have got to get it cut soon. Right, I'm just going to put a bit of hand sanitizer on until you all join me. Now, today, I thought of using one of my instant looking palettes, but I'm also going to combine it with, that was this, by the way. I'm also going to combine it with a cohorted box that I got this week. I nearly put this on my face then. That would have been awful. Alcohol hand gel on my face. Oh, hello, Helena. Hello, and welcome. So I've had a bit of a tricky week again, which is why I haven't still put out any videos. I'll get there eventually. Hello, favourite Mercy. So I thought I'd do a combination. I'm going to show you what was in this box first of all. This is this month's subscription box. Hello, Shahina. So again, I nearly cancelled the subscription and I keep saying that. And then they send me a box full of makeup. So I'm glad that I didn't. Because it seems like I'm getting lots of makeup. Because I really had my fill of skincare last year. And a few little bits and pieces of makeup. But the last couple of months have been all makeup. And this month, it was exclusively Laura Geller. I nearly said Laura Mercier. I always get Laura Mercier and Laura Geller mixed up. So, I've got a whole box full of Laura Geller makeup. So, I thought I'll put some Laura Geller on. And I'm also going to combine it because I've had a tricky week and I'm quite tired. What better time to dig into an instant look in a palette by Charlotte. And today I'm going to use Gorgeous Glowing Beauty because I definitely need to be a bit more gorgeous and glowing. So in this, let me tell you what was in this box first. So instead of doing a non-live showing you what was in this month's cohorted box, you're getting to see it live. Thank you, Nina. Now, the reason I had to cancel yesterday was a couple of reasons. One, I had to go into London to sort something out in my flat. But secondly, my dad hasn't been very well and he had to have a biopsy yesterday. So I just emotionally just could not concentrate on doing a live yesterday. You know, we're still very worried about him, but there's nothing we can do until the results come back. And hopefully, fingers crossed, there's nothing suspicious going on, but it's a worry. So I just, thank you. It is very tricky. And my dad, bless him, he's been through so much. I just wish that life had become a little bit easier for him. I mean, I know it's been hard on us, but I just, sometimes it pains me to think what life must be like for my dad. Not being able to speak and then having all these issues going on. And you know what? I was going to use this spray, but it's got that, it's sealed all around in plastic. And there's no way I'm going to break my nails. Look, another OPI colour. This is called Violet Visionary. It's another one of the Downtown collection, LA Downtown collection, Violet Visionary. And I do not want to break my nails. Hello, Rebecca. Look, I've got purple on today. I was just explaining about my dad's biopsy yesterday. And also I had to go. On the very day that my dad was having his biopsy, I had to go to London and sort something out because I'd had to cancel it twice in my flat. So we drove into London yesterday. And can I just say, I do not miss driving in London. They're all crazy. They are all crazy in central London. I do not miss driving in London at all. And I'm sure that people in Essex think they're crazy drivers. But believe me, they've got nothing on London drivers. And I'm really trying to open this. Let me show you what was in the box. I was going to use this, but I'm going to break my nails. And I'm not prepared to break my nails. And I haven't got anything to open it with. But it's sealed all the way around with this plastic. So this is Laura Geller Spackle Mist. This was this month's cohorted box for those of you that just joined. Mostly Laura Geller. It says exclusive Laura Geller, but there's a couple of samples that are not Laura Geller. So I've got Laura Geller Spackle Mist, which I was going to use as a primer, but I can't open it without breaking my nails. Don't they charge you to bring your card? They do, but I have got, because I've got a disabled badge, I'm exempt. If you live in central London as well, you get 25% off. But if you're disabled, you get 100% off. And it just picks up your registration that you're registered disabled. So, yes, they do, but I was okay. And then I've got this Smart Pout transfer proof lipstick. And I looked at it and thought, oh, no, it's not another one that's going to make me look like a corpse. But it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not too bad. I'll show you quickly. I'm not sure about it being transfer proof. It didn't seem that transfer proof when I tried it on. I have opened this box already because I felt like opening it at the beginning of the week. I normally wait for you all to open it, but I just felt like opening a box of goodies to cheer myself up. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get anything out of here today. This is the thing about growing your nails. You then become really self-conscious about opening boxes and ripping your nails. Come on. Here we go. There we go. Right. This is, now I looked at that and thought, oh no, not another corpse lipstick. But actually, surprisingly, it doesn't look too corpse-like. It's probably not my favourite, but not bad. Very moisturising, but I'm not sure why they're saying it's transfer proof. I'll let that dry for a minute and we'll do the kiss test on my hand. Yes, it is pretty. Once I've got some makeup on, at the moment it's washing me out a bit, but yeah. Hello, Jennifer. There is congestion charge in London, yes, but you're exempt if you're disabled, if you're registered disabled. Right, so I got that, and then I also got this Baked Original highlighter, which is not, it's quite nice because it's not a really shimmery one. So for all you Ali-Pallies out there that say you like highlighters but you don't want really shimmery ones because you don't think... Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Nina. Hello, everyone. Hang on. Have I said... Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Rebecca, Shahina. Hello, Monique. Thank you, Monique. Yeah, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, my dad will be okay. And favourite Mercy. I think I've said hello to everyone now. So this highlighter, if you're one that doesn't like really shimmery ones, like that one I showed you from last month's box, what was it? This one isn't too shimmery. I'm just going to show you. It will highlight more because of the tone of it than the shimmer of it. So that's one to go for if you... It's baked. It's one of the baked range. So it'll give you the lightening, but it won't give you the shimmer as much. So if you've got fine lines around this area, but you want to put a highlighter on, this is probably a really good one to go for. And that's the shade French Vanilla. Now, I couldn't help but try this the other day. I also got in here the Laura Geller Mighty Pen Liquid Eyeliner and Stencil. And I've got to show you this because I was so intrigued. It comes with a stencil that is supposed to work for any eye shape. So you put it next to your eye and you fill it in and it gives you the perfect feline flick. So let me just show you. I'm laughing, but it does actually work. But it's whether or not you want that big a flick, I suppose. It does actually work. So if you really want a really good feline flick. So the idea is, now let me work this out. The idea is that you hold this up. How did I do this now? No, I'm going to get that. Oh, that's it. Right, so you hold it up like this. No, I'm doing it the wrong way. That way. Is it that way? Yes. You hold it up that way. Hang on. Right, so you hold it up that way. Now, obviously, if you've got hooded lids, the question is, do you do that first or do you keep your eyes relaxed? And you're going to see what I mean. Because if I actually do that, it's going to put it differently than if I relax my eyes. But then you just take your liner. My hand's shaking now. I don't know why. And you fill it in like that. And then you take that away. I haven't done that very well, have I? That's because I raised my eyes when I was doing it. Let me try again. The flick goes upwards, yes. First, you have to work out how to use the stencil. No, but the flick goes upwards. That's... Ah! Silly me. That's it. Let's have another go. First, you have to work out how to use the stencil. Then you can put your eyeliner on with ease. Don't do what I did and put your flick down. There you go. Right. Now, it did actually work the other day when I did it. Yes. How not to do a feline flick. Right, let's relax my eye this time. Let's try and do it this side. I'm not selling this, am I? Sorry, Laura Geller. I'm sure that people with very taut 20-year-old eyelids, that this works brilliantly for. But I think I'd rather paint them in myself. Yes, well, probably I did do a better job the other day. But it's a very good pen anyway. Never ever take yourself too seriously. Yes, it worked. Are you sure, Shahina? Are you sure it worked? I think not. I think I think I could do a better job freehand than that. Right, let me just get a tissue. Oh dear. Well, anyway, at least I've given you a laugh. I did actually do a better job the other day. Oh dear. And it doesn't set too quickly, thankfully, so that you can take it off. I'm a permanent stand-up comedian, exactly. I'm not supposed to be. This is how to do makeup and how not to do makeup. Sometimes these gadgets, I think, you know, if you don't have hooded lids, seriously, and you've got very taut eyelids, then it would work really well. But the question is, do you do that before you put it on? Or do you keep your eyelids relaxed if you've got hooded eyelids? And that's a really important question. I shall have a few more attempts at it off camera and see if I can make it work and give you some tips. Either that or I'll chuck it in the bin. But anyway, the eyeliner is very good. Here's the eyeliner. Yes. There's the eyeliner. My teeth are looking terrible at the moment. Anyway, and then there is a mascara, which I'm not going to open yet because I've got so many mascaras open at the moment. And once you open them, you really shouldn't keep them open for long. But this is a lengthening mascara by Laura Geller. What I don't like about the before and after photo there is that they've obviously tight-lined her waterline with black. So, of course, it's going to look very different. But I would like to see the before and after photo without the black eyeliner, please, so that we can see what it really looks like. A little bit misleading there. But otherwise, it may be a very good mascara. But I think, you know, come on. Don't fool us. We know about makeup enough to know that if you put a black eyeliner on, your lashes are already going to look fuller without the mascara. Now, take that away. Are they really that different? Don't know. But I might be pleasantly surprised when I open it. I then got a blush brush by Laura Geller, which I haven't opened yet, as you can see. And then the non-Laura Geller thing I got was this BDK perfume. And this is, can't decide if I like this yet. It's called Velvet Tonka. It's, let me see if I'm no good at describing perfume. No good whatsoever, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, it's sort of, it's quite sweet and cinnamony at the same time. And I do like vanilla and cinnamon, but it's more like honey and cinnamon. So can't decide yet. Bit eucalyptusy as well. So I seem to remember when I squirted this on yesterday, I liked it better when it had settled for a while. So that's my Laura Geller. I'm going to put, I've only just refilled, yes, and it says it's called Velvet Tonka. I've only just refilled my La Prairie, you know, my Caviar Essence in foundation. It came with a refill. So that lasted me a good 3 months of almost, it was daily at first, and then I'd probably say once every 3 days after that while I tried out other foundations. So not bad at all. And I was going to, before I put that on, I was going to put a little bit of Flawless Filter on. And Jack was so disappointed yesterday because we went to London and he was hoping to meet up with his friends. And they're all on holiday out of London. So he asked today for a little treat, which I agreed to, which is to get bubble tea from this shop. Anyone else had bubble tea? This is so delicious. Rebecca, I love to keep it real. This is honey peach royal tea with coconut jelly in. I'm no glam guru, that's for sure. But let's face it, if that thing doesn't work for me, it's not going to work for a lot of people. And I bet you when they demo it, it is on a 20-year-old with very tall eyelids and no sign of a hood. I'm just dabbing this. I need as much glow as possible. I'm just going to be really silly today. So yeah, that tea is gorgeous. So a little bit of Flawless Filter, shade 4.5. Silly's good for the soul, it is, and laughter. Let's just make sure I go over where that black eyeliner should have been, just in case there's any left. I've found that this is particularly good combination, is to put the Flawless Filter on and then put on my La Prairie. It looks really nice together. So this is my La Prairie. And this is great because, as you know, it takes all the muddiness out of my complexion immediately. Look at that. See, it's just got that particular shade that just takes out. I'm just going to do one side. All that hyperpigmentation and evens out my complexion without looking like I'm caked in makeup. And it never makes my eyes water, she says, and it'll probably water now. But I'll just do half my face so you can see the difference. So I now have a La Prairie fund. I put money into an account every month for when I run out of this, because it just looks so nice on and it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. Bit down my nose. See? And then muddy, not muddy. Love it. Love this stuff. And I really don't need that much concealer after this. Yeah, he's okay. We haven't had a chance to speak to him yet because his tablet's offline. We were letting him rest yesterday. I say speak to him. Obviously, he can't tell us. But we got to wait a couple of weeks anyway for the results. But I was panicking yesterday, you know, in case the care home rang up, and they did in the morning. There was a bit of a mix-up with the transport, and he nearly didn't get there, and I was feeling a little bit sick. But he did get there in the end, so it's good that they're ruling things out. Jennifer, I would definitely recommend that company that I ordered from if you can't get a good colour match. What I didn't realise when I did my review on this, I've got it within hand so I can show you. It's called Decipher. And you go on, you scan your face, and they send you a sample. Now, what I didn't realise is you do not have to invest in a full-size foundation before you buy it. This is it. It's called Decipher. Where's the name of the company? There you go. Look, the name of the company. I've still got it in its box. You scan your face. You can actually, for $3.95, just order a sample. And then if it matches you, then you can go on to order the full size. When I did my review of this, I said that they send you the sample and then they send you the full size once it matches, but you pay for the full size. But you don't have to pay for the full size. You do not have to commit to the full size. You can just go on and order a sample for $3.95. They scan your face and they tell you what shade you are, and then they send you a sample. And then if you want to go on and order the full size, there's a little barcode and you just scan it to order the full size. Are you ordering the new Nudegasm palette and new lipsticks? Of course. Of course. Are they out yet? I thought she did it at the end of the month. Is it out yet? I've seen the pictures and things. Thank you to all the people that sent me that through. The only thing is, I'm a little bit worried. Let me see. Oh, today is it? I'm a little bit worried. Let me just get something. I'll see if I can get something. 1 second, I'll be straight back. You know what I'm going to say? Jack's school tie in the background. That's what it looks like to me. I know it's the same packaging. Yeah, different formula supposedly, but is it the same colour? I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have a very careful look before I shell out my hard-earned cash. Because I don't think it's like the darker one, is it? It's got two dark colours on the bottom. What, like this one? I'm going to compare the pictures with these two first. That's my answer. Because you know me, I like to collect all her palettes. But I do not want to get two duplicates. The new one is not supposed to be as good. One of them's very grey. I'm going to have a look. So the answer is probably, you know me, because I have the full collection. No, it's not the same. You'll want the new one. Hello, Terry. Yeah, so I'll probably go online afterwards and order it. You know what I'm like. Right, I'm just going to put a little bit of powder. I don't think I'm going to... I'll put a little bit of... I'll put a bit of concealer on. This is my La Prairie concealer, which is still going strong. Yeah, I'll definitely get the new eye palette. Again, it looks quite similar-ish to something. What was that phrase that's one of my Ali Pallies used? 50 Shades of Elastoplast. That was for lipsticks, but I have to. I've got all her eye palettes. It just has to be done. Oh yeah, Terry. When you've finished on here, go and watch the beginning. They're just telling you that you missed the funniest part of me trying putting this eyeliner on with this Laura Geller eye stencil, and it. Super Nudes is a re-release. Yeah, some of it's re-released. I'm going to really check the small print. The CT exclusive one is sold out. Oh dear, I wasn't quick off the mark then, was I? So was it on re-release yesterday? Have I missed out because I was in London? Oh dear. Oh well. Do you know what? I would have been gutted some time ago about things like that. But I've got so much of her stuff now that I just think, well, I've got plenty. Oh, the lip shade. Oh, early release 2 days ago. I should have checked my email, shouldn't I? I used to have her on VIP, so it'd pop up. It would notify me. I don't know what's happened to that. I put her on VIP. Right, so I'm going to use today this Instant Look in a palette. No email was sent. I think it's the same thing, Rebecca. Some people get emails, some people don't. All of that business. So I'm going to use this one. Gorgeous Glowing Beauty. And I'm going to go in with the prime shade, which is a nice kind of rosy gold colour. I'll have to go and research all of this. Now, the time was that I'd have been on there 2 days ago and already got the products to show you. But there's been so much going on with my dad, and I haven't explained half of it, that I've just not been on looking at emails and stuff. Right, this is the enhanced shade, which actually always looked darker in the pan than it actually was, which is quite nice actually, because I don't like enhanced shades that are too dark, because you've got then nothing to build up to. I remember when I got this palette really being one of my favourites actually. This one and Beauty Glow. Yeah, I think maybe I'm picking up on that as well, Rebecca, about the enthusiasm, just because I think a lot of her releases recently just feel like a kind of Puig takeover release of what can we put out on payday next, rather than something really new and original. Something that gets me excited, you know? Right, and then I'm just going to put this matte dark shade here, just in the corner. Very simple eye look to do, actually. Yes, I do have Super 90s and I do have the Super Nudes palette. So it sounds like they're going with Super Nudes being a kind of line in itself, like Pillow Talk was. And Walk of Shame, Walk of No Shame. So they're going to have a Pillow Talk, Super Nudes, and Walk of No Shame selection of products. So they're really going with shade range now collections rather than look collections. Because that's the thing, when Charlotte started out, it was all about the Golden Goddess, the Glamour Muse, the Bombshell. Now it's Pillow Talk pinks, Walk of No Shame kind of burgundy reds, and now Super Nudes for fair skin. Probably they've had a lot of people saying that's too dark, because they've been bringing out a lot for darker skins recently, and now they're going for the kind of more nuder shades. But they're definitely moving away from the looks. And I'm just going to take a bit of this highlighter. I had to check then. I was thinking, is this the powder in this palette now? But no, this was before they changed the palettes to powder. You got the Vintage Vamp and the pan fell out. Well, I hope you sent it back, Stacey. That's no good. Nina, the thing about grey contour is it's about where you apply it as well, because actually a grey contour can look... if you look at Kevyn Aucoin, all his contours are grey. Because if you look, a shadow actually looks grey. But it depends what the shade of grey is and the shade of the person. If you're quite tanned and you put on a grey contour, no. But if you're quite pale and you put on a grey contour and you put it on in the right place, it actually is very effective. So that wouldn't necessarily put me off. Yeah, I've got a grey contour by Trini. What you need to do with the contour, though, you don't want to be putting it on like you would put a bronzer. If you start putting it on here, that's not where the shadow falls on your face. You want to be putting the contour. You know, a lot of people, there's this big thing about Brontor, or they call it, or what's it the Huda calls hers? Tantor. That people use bronzer and contour, use the same product to do both. But if you use a contour, a grey contour, you need to just use it as a contour. So you basically would start from here on the ear. And if I suck in my cheeks, I don't normally still see a cheekbone. But you see where the shadow is, you just take it where the shadow is. There. And then it will actually just accentuate the shadow and make your... See, if I do that, it will make my face look thinner because I'm just accentuating the shadow. And if you look now, look at this side of my face when I do that. It looks grey. See? So it's actually mimicking the greyness. But just don't put it up here and use it as a bronzer. Because you can use a bronze, you can get away with using a bronzer as a contour, but you can't really get away with using a contour as a bronzer. Do you see what I mean? Like I'll show you what I mean here as well. I've got a bronzer here. It's not as good, but you can get away with using... I'm just finding a good enough brush to do this with. This one will do. I think this is a contour brush anyway, sculpting brush. That will do. This is a bronzer that's in this palette, right? So it's brown. You can get away with using that as a contour. But it doesn't really look like a shadow. But you can get away with it because it's darker. But if you put grey up there, it would just look wrong. But if I put a bronzer up there, it'd be fine. Because it just looks like I've got some colour in my cheeks. I'm just going to put a little bit of bronzer up there. Because it's more of a sculpt, and a little bit under here. And then I'm going to use the blush. I really love this blush brush. It's my favourite blush brush. Real Techniques. You're all talking new releases. Oh, and Pat McGrath's got a new palette, has she? Oh, you've seen some green palettes coming from... I wonder if are they bringing back some really... A few weeks ago, I said bring back the original Rebel. I wonder if it's an emerald green. Is it emerald green? Maybe they listened. You never know. Oh, it's a new long palette. But has it got some emerald greens in it? Because I love emerald green. I'm just putting a bit of this highlight. Oh, I was going to put the Laura Mercier one on, wasn't I? And what I've done this now, but I'll show you the difference with the Laura Mercier one. I'll put that down my nose so that you can see. Not Laura Mercier, sorry, Laura Geller. So for people that do not like shimmery highlighters, but they want to highlight, and I know there's a few of you, because you've said it to me in comments, this is actually really good because it's not really shimmery, but it will highlight the face. So if I take this brush here, Do you see? It's going to highlight in that it's going to lighten up certain areas, but it's not going to add. Now, I've put some of Charlotte's shimmery one on there as well. So don't ignore that. But you can see it's just going to highlight, but it's not going to give you too much shimmer. So you can put it there. You can put it in the middle of your head. It's not going to make you look like you're sweating profusely. Now, I'm going to put the Laura Geller eyeliner on, but I am not going to use that stencil again. For obvious reasons. Because I'd like it to look half decent this time. If I can find it. I've put it down and lost it already. There we go. Right, I normally would lean on the table for this. Do you think that's a little bit better than the stencil? I don't think it could be any worse, could it? Yeah, it's not. It's Laura Geller, actually, not Laura Mercier. Sorry. I do get the two confused. This one I never do as well. This side. Although that's not too bad today. It's just I've got a gap there. Yeah, I think that's a bit better than the stencil. Don't you? Just a little. And then what I can do is I'm going to dot between my lashes. Little trick. If you don't want a great hefty black line underneath, but you just want to define it subtly, you just take a pen like this and just dot between your lashes. See? Because it doesn't look like a black line, but it just gives you a bit more intensity. And it won't look like a dotted line because you've got your lashes in between. Oh, yeah, you'll love it, Terry. You'll laugh. Everyone was laughing. I was laughing. We were all laughing. It was this. I'm going to show you what it was that I used. I've thrown it down in absolute horror. So I've now probably lost it. There was a little stencil that came in. What have I done with it? There's a little stencil anyway that came in the box. Here it is. And first of all, you have to work out what way round to put it on your eye. Which, you know, you need to pass an IQ test for. Right? So that the flick goes up. You have to work out what way round you're going to put it. And then you hold it against your eye. But the thing is, if you've got hooded lids and you relax your eye and then you go up, you end up with the line was like a splodge. It was very funny. Very funny indeed. Right, I think I shall put some of my Victoria Beckham mascara on, which is down here. You should see my room after I've done a live. Mick comes in and says, why have you got all your makeup on the floor? And it's because I actually line everything up that I think I'm going to need. And I'm literally surrounded by it. So that I don't have to get up, keep getting up to get things on my live. It's a Laura, yeah, it wasn't Laura Mercier. It's Laura Geller makeup bundle. My fault. I confused the two names. Laura Geller. Now, I'm just using the Victoria Beckham. Yeah, you will be. You can imagine what it was like. Actually, I managed to do it okay the other day. But doing it on camera while chatting to you all, it just wasn't going to happen. This is a Victoria Beckham mascara, which is not as good at curling my lashes as the Pillow Talk one, which is probably my favourite at the moment. But what I like about the Victoria Beckham is it doesn't make my eyes water, it doesn't feel crunchy, and it is so easy to take off at night. So easy. You literally just, when you're going to cleanse your face, the warm water just immediately it becomes like a tube in mascara, and you just pull it off and it's gone. Excuse my mascara face. You won a competition. What competition was that, Stacey? You can't wait to see me using the wand, as I'm tempted. Oh, you won a Laura Mercier makeup. Sorry, I thought, Stacey, sorry. I thought you would that somebody was explaining that I had a Laura Mercier makeup bundle. Right, so we're talking at cross purposes. So at the beginning of this video, I showed people my cohorted box, which is Laura Geller. But it's Stacey won a Laura Mercier makeup bundle. You are very lucky. You won a Charlotte Tilbury skincare set as well. We want some of your luck. What wand are we talking about here? Can somebody prompt me? Is this Charlotte Tilbury? Is it a Charlotte Tilbury wand? Because I haven't checked it out yet. Oh, Pat McGrath. Oh, I'll have to have a look. Changes colour of shadow. Oh, what is it? It's one that changes depending on your pH. And new CT stuff coming soon. Ah. Now, you see, that's a sort of thing. A new idea. Something new. Something fresh and new. Now, lipstick. What lipstick shall I put on before I have a good old chinwag with my Ali Pallies? Do you know what? I've got a box of Charlotte Tilbury lipstick right next to me. So I'm just going to dig my hand in and hope that I pick out a really nice lipstick. I had this one on the other day, so I'm going to leave that one out. And I'm going to pick this up here. And I'm going to just literally do a lucky dip. Right? And I don't know what I'm picking up. And I'm just hoping that it goes with this look. Right? I've not looked. I just looked to put the box down. Glowing Jen. Glowing Jen. Oh, bye, Stacey. Are you off? All right, you're okay. You want tell Laura? Tell Laura. I haven't got tell Laura around me, But are you on Instagram? Whoever asked for tell Laura. Nina, are you on Instagram? That's all right, Stacey. Nina, are you on Instagram? If you are, I will put tell Laura on later. Yes, okay. I'll put tell Laura on after the live and I'll post a picture on Instagram, all right? It's just it's not within reach at the moment and I'm not very mobile at the moment about getting up all the time. Hence why I've got makeup all around me. Right, okay. I'll put tell Laura on. Tell Laura's the one that when I put it on and Mick is around, he asked me if I'm about to appear as the Joker in Batman. He's very cruel to me. He says I look like the Joker in Batman. I just took that Laura Geller one off. Now, this is the personal favourite of Sophia Tilbury. And I know this. I think she said it in a few of her Instagram posts. But when I went to the... I'm so busy talking, I can't put this lipstick on. Hang on. When I went to the launch of the foundation, the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, I went outside for a... I'm very bad, I know. Don't start. Don't encourage anyone else, right? But anyway, I went outside in the middle after Charlotte had been talking. And Sophia was outside and we got chatting for ages. She said, oh, look, it's Ali M. And I was like, oh, my God. Sophia Tilbury knows who I am. It was like, and she came up, she's lovely, and she was chatting to me. And she was talking about her. I said, I've always wanted to know, because you got to sell all these products. You managed to give up. Oh, you managed. Oh, well done, Cher. I'm trying, but every time I do, we get some kind of calamity going on with my dad, and it just makes me reach for another one. Well done. I'll definitely look to your support soon because I really want to give up. Anyway, I was outside. Sophia was out there. I don't know whether she was smoking. There were a lot of them outside that were, because they were all models. And you know, models are the worst. And Charlotte smokes. Charlotte Tilbury smokes. I'm sure you all know that. So Sophia was out there and I said, look, you know, you got to sell this stuff. So you're going to say everything's great. But what are your favourites? And she said Glowing Jen was her favourite lipstick. She said that she was actually part of making this and picking the colour. And it's her all-time favourite. And there's a lip liner as well that's her favourite. Hot Gossip, I think. Was she smoking with me? Did I tell you she was smoking with me? Yeah. So we were out having a cigarette together. But Glowing Jen was one that she was part of making. And she said, I was at the factory when they were making it. And she said, I chose this colour. And she said it's her absolute favourite lipstick. And I said that I liked In Love with Sophia because it was very close to Bleep Perfect. I'm not going to say it because if I say the words, then I'll get taken down from all my adverts for saying the name of a lipstick. But I think you'll know the one I mean. It sounds like Witch Perfect. Okay. And, but yeah, Glowing Jen is nice. I prefer In Love with Olivia, but Glowing Jen will go with any makeup look. It took quite a few times. Well, Cher, let me tell you something. For years and years and years, I had a habit of basically never ever smoke throughout the day. Never got up and had a cigarette. Never smoked at work. Never smoked like throughout the day. And then in the evening, just before bedtime, I'd light up a couple and that was it. That was it. And stupidly, I'm still absolutely really annoyed with myself. Hello, Jasmitha. What I did a few years back, or I gave up completely when I was pregnant. But that wasn't really that difficult because, as I said, I was only having 2 or 3 a day in the evening. Gave up, and then about 6 weeks after Jack was born, I started again, but was still just 2 or 3 in the evening after I'd put Jack down, go outside, whatever. And then I got talked into giving up, and I wasn't really ready to give up, but they gave me patches. And the problem is that these patches were on me 24 hours of the day. And so I got used to nicotine being in my system all day. Whereas before, I'd never been used to having nicotine in my system all day. So actually, when I didn't give up, it just made me want to smoke throughout the day. So I went from smoking 2, 3 a day in the evening to then wanting to smoke throughout the day. So actually, my giving up attempt made it worse. So the moral of the story is only give up when you're ready to give up. And if you're only smoking 2 or 3 a day, do not use 24-hour nicotine replacement products. I gave up 5 years when my dog was put to sleep. My husband and I lost my home. I went back on smoking. Jennifer, it is hard. It is so hard. I totally empathise. When you're going through stuff, you just can't do it. You can't do it. I would have to take the drink as well. That's the thing. I think everyone's got something. It might not be drink or drugs or whatever. God, I'm going to get taken off talking about this. It might not be that. It might be that we shop for too much makeup. I mean, you know, we're obsessed with buying new collections. That can be a habit, as we all know. But everyone's got something that they rely on in hard times. Chips. Oh, Jennifer, well, you know you've got your Ali Pallies here. I know it's not the same, but you have. You abuse sugar and junk food. There we go. This tea is so nice. This tea, there's no caffeine in it, by the way. Honey peach royal tea with coconut jelly in it. Can you see the coconut jelly? Now, this is Jack asked for this as a treat. And he's got me onto it now. It's 2 drinks, really expensive, but we're going to be getting this as a treat a bit more often, I think. Well, that's why I'm chewing, because it's got this coconut jelly in it. Right, well, it's been really, really lovely talking to you guys. Thank you so much. And I keep saying this, thank you so much for sticking with me when I'm not putting out videos during the week. I promise you that whatever happens, I will stick to my weekly lives. It's just, as I said, if I was to go through what was going on at the moment in my life, you'd understand. But I don't want to get into all of it. But thank you so much for sticking with me. And you know I love you all. Mwah! And have a lovely day. Don't forget to like my live. And I will be with you very soon, if not next week, for my live on Wednesday. Take care. Love you all. Mwah!